All right, so I decided I'm gonna give you a little bit of a tour of the trails, kind of around the land. All right, I'm doing this for you, internet. It's freezing. Hi, I'm Travis, and I'm moving from the city to the country. If you haven't seen this video yet, check it out. It explains everything I'm doing. Link in the description. So, yeah, my arms are really white. I'm gonna point it out before somebody else does. So we spent the morning worked on the deck and all that stuff, but honestly, between the two of us, we've been putting in too many hours. So we're gonna enjoy the day. I'm gonna have a good time. My kids went on vacation with their mom. I'm about to jump on that bad boy right there. I'm gonna do some riding. I'm gonna go down to the creek and lay in that inner tube. Dad's going to take a nap, kind of do some relaxing as well. We're just gonna enjoy our Saturday. I'll probably end up editing videos because that's what I do, but that's relaxing to me. So I'm gonna drop off the inner tube and then let's hit the trails. Oh, that's about to be my relaxing spot right there in just a few minutes. I'll be back for you. And yes, I realize it's very dirty. I'll clean it up before I get in. I'll tell you one thing. Well, I guess I'll tell you two things. One, I realize I'm probably the whitest person you've ever seen before. I'm in the shade and I'm shining. Guess that's that's crazy. Number two, my dad's been out here for years. I've actually been out here several times. I've lived out here now for a month or two. I have never gotten on this four-wheeler and just rode the trails. I used to ride when I was a kid. I rode dirt bikes, four-wheelers when I was a kid all the time. And I don't know what it is. About 2 days ago, I got on the four-wheeler and I'm like, why am I not doing this all the time? So this is something I'm going to be doing a lot more often. Oh yeah, and laying in the creek, which I'm about to do. All right, so I decided I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour of the trails, kind of around the land. I tried to rig up my stand where it would stay up, but it's just not working. That didn't work out too good. I almost broke the phone. That thing smacked a rock. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm just gonna hold the phone. We'll see how this works. I'm gonna have to drive with one hand. Hello, Mr. Stand. I'll be back to get you in a bit. Don't go anywhere. Sticky already left me. I'm not losing you too. All right, this is getting weird. So this is where the old RV used to be. Kind of see the waterfall down there. I missed the view. There's the swimming hole again. Man, I love the rock formations out here. It's just, they're all over the place. Put the phone down. Made it. Alright, so there's a trail this way that leads back to the house. It splits off to a few other places. There's a trail down this way that heads down to basically another rock formation, and then the end of the property on the, I don't know what it is, north end? I don't know where I am right now. it splits off again, goes over to the bluffs on top of the bluffs. That trail goes back to the house. I can't believe that dude's still standing. I can't believe the thing's still standing. What kind of freaking accent is that? I can't even talk anymore. But that thing's basically petrified, so it's gonna be fun to cut down. Oh, this is not easy to do holding the phone. Had a couple scary moments there. All right, so that goes back up the hill to where we were, but then you turn right and that goes back to my property, and there's way more trails over there too, but Dad's taking a nap, so we're not gonna bother him. So we had a little fun, drove around the land, I showed you a lot of the stuff, and now we'll touch base here in a minute when I'm laying in the water. All right, so the time has come to cool down and do some relaxing. All right, I'm doing this for you, Internet. It's cold. I'm procrastinating. Listen, I'm trying to jump in, but it's really cold and I'm scared. I'm not really scared, it's really cold. But I know it once I hit that water, oh, it's gonna be, okay, I'm gonna do it. It's freezing! Yeah, it's as cold as you think it is. Whew. You know, it's really not as bad as you think it would be. Once you get that kind of initial shock over with the cold, your body really adjusts quickly, and it's very nice. I'm gonna go get my drink and maybe take a nap. I wonder if that's possible. So you're probably wondering two things. Why am I still wearing my shirt? Listen, I'm trying to keep this PG, okay? And two, trust me, it's just more white. It's nothing impressive. And two, why am I wearing shoes? Well, when you hit the water, I guess because of all the rain and stuff, there is a ton, oh man, that breeze. Because of all the rain, it's rushed in a lot of mud, a lot of leaves, things like that. And I have a little bit of a weird thing with mud between my toes. I know some people like it. That's not me. The cool thing is when this is all cleaned out, it's actually a rock bottom. But yeah, it's not a rock bottom right now. It's a squishy one. Squishy bottom. Yeah, I forgot I said I was going to keep it PG. It's extremely hard to turn with one trying to hold the camera. Come on. So as you all know, we live in a very technological world. There's everything from streaming services, social media, eBay, whatnot. I mean, you can just order things instantly. You know, I got on Whatnot a little bit and it made me anxious. Every single one of them, I don't know if you've ever been on Whatnot. It's pretty much, and I'm probably going to have advertisements popping up for Whatnot now that I've said it. The AI is always listening. But like last night, for example, I ended up watching a movie. And then I ended up staying up, maybe watching a YouTube video or two. And then I got on Whatnot. And sometimes I'll get on there and just kind of watch. I don't really bid on stuff very often. But as I was going through these things, man, everybody's like drinking energy drinks. They're all like hyped up. You need this, you need this. And honestly, all the technology makes me realize all we really need is just peace and quiet. We don't need to buy something every 5 seconds. We don't need to go on 1,000 vacations. All we really need is just to stop, enjoy the silence. You know, the cool thing about making YouTube videos is I do realize that I'm using one of these sites that I'm talking about. But the cool thing about doing this is I'm able just to really share my thoughts. And even though I'm technically kind of working right now, I get to do it while I'm just sitting here in the creek. And there's something messing with me in the water. Dude, I don't know what it is, but that was not a fish. I am getting out. Holy crikey, I don't know what that was, but that was not a fish. If it's a snake, I'm never getting in here again. And I can't get out. Okay, I gotta put the camera down. Oh my goodness, it was a stick. I almost had a heart attack because of a stick. I hate you, stick. All right, I might stay in here. I'm not so scared now. This water's too cold for snakes. That's what I'm gonna keep telling myself. But really just connecting with nature and, man, connecting with God. You know, I look at these things and I look at all this stuff around me and I'm like, there's no way any of this could be by accident. Now listen, I've had a lot of encounters with God myself, so I know God is real. That's what true faith is. You know, a lot of people don't realize that hope and faith are very different. Hope leads to faith. Hope is, man, I sure hope there's a God. I sure hope there's a heaven. But faith is knowing. In the past, I was really hoping there was a God, and it led me to an encounter with God. And now I know. And I'm constantly reminded as I'm sitting out here in the water, in the woods, there is a God. And not only is there a God, but he gave everything for you and me. Listen, we're having fun with the house. We're having fun with the skits. We're having fun with all the jokes and just hanging out together. But what it really comes down to is Jesus died for every single person on earth that is willing to say yes. You know, there's a lot of religions out there, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not religious. I mean, if all Jesus did was bust on religious people, the Pharisees, why would I be religious? It's not about religion, it's about relationship. Why did he create Adam and Eve in the first place? For relationship. God is the creator of all things. We really have no right to ever question him at all. I mean, if he is a eternal God that is in all places at all times, knows every path we're ever going to take, knows every thought we have, he can speak and create a universe, what right do we have to question him on anything? What we need to do instead is be grateful. Because out of all the religions in the world, Christianity is the only one where God came down to earth as a man and died so we can be with him. I think about this a lot. Why did it have to happen that way? And what it really comes down to is the Bible says, my thoughts are above your thoughts, my ways are above your ways. Maybe, just maybe, it was the only option that God had to save us. Now, it's obviously not the only option that God had because he did flood the earth at one point. But maybe it was the only option to save us. And you think about it, that's true love. When God came down and suffered in our place. How can we say no to that? He gives us peace. Let me tell you something. Right now, the world's stressed out. They're worried about money. They're worried about war. Everybody's worried about death, or you don't think about it, which is what a lot of people do. They just don't think about death. But I'll tell you one thing I can truly honestly say. I'm not scared of the wars that are going on around us. I'm not scared of the financial hurt that we're in. I'm not scared of death. Honestly, death is the best thing that could ever happen to me. I get to go to heaven and be with God forever. I'm going to share a real quick story with you, and then I'll end the video. Right before I moved out here, I had no money. I had used up every resource I had, and I was 2 hours away from being evicted. Now, I could have reached out to my dad. I could have reached out to my mom, but listen, I've done that in the past. I said, God, if I lose everything, I lose everything. If I have to live in my car, I'll do it for you. I was terrified, but I was going to do it God's way. And you know what that did? One, it showed me that I really do trust God. And two, it showed me that I don't really have anything in this world that I love more than God. And I have been living free as a bird ever since. I still get tempted. I'm not perfect. I still make mistakes. I still say stupid things. You've seen on the episodes. But God knows that I love him and I trust him. And no matter what happens, he will always take care of me. And guess what? You have the same promise from God. He will take care of you. I'm sure my wide arms are distracting the heck out of you, so I'm going to end the video now. But hey, thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week, guys. I am going to do a little more relaxing, and then I'm going to go have a chicken salad sandwich. Hey, my poison oak's getting better, by the way. Hey, listen, I really do love you guys, really. I know we've never met, but if you keep coming back and watching the videos, obviously it means a lot to you. So thank you for the support. Thank you for the prayers. You guys be praying for us. We're still thinking about starting this church. We're just praying that God provides the money and everything we need and the time. So good gravy. I thought that was a snake. I think I'm ready to get out. I'll see you next time. Hey, so forgive me, I'm really tired, it's really late, but I just realized as I'm editing the video, I didn't tell you what happened with the apartment. So right before I was about to get evicted, I decided to go in the office one more time and just talk to him. Now get this. So rent was due the latest by the 3rd, okay? The latest they could push it. And I guess they really only do this for loyal people. They're really not supposed to do it. But they can push it all the way to the 15th, okay? And then you're done, you're out. Now again, this is not a small apartment complex. This is a huge company that owns houses, apartment buildings, duplexes, probably way more. They're a humongous company. Well, I went in and I asked the receptionist, I said, is there any way you could give me a few more days? She looks at me and she says, well, the manager's not here today, so she can't put your eviction notice in. And then she said, there's a pretty good chance we could forget to do it tomorrow. If you can pay us on the 17th, we'll let you stay. Now, I'm telling you, this was an absolute miracle, and I believe the reason that they did this is because I've been so kind to them. The lady who's the manager used to be the receptionist, and I'm not going to lie, she's had a really hard life, and I've tried my best to encourage her, be nice to her every single time I see her. And it really paid off when I needed it. God made a way where there seemed to be no way. So no matter what you're going through right now, just trust God, seek God. No matter how scary it gets, put your trust in Him, and He'll deliver you. And by the way, I really did think that was a snake. Every time I see that, it still freaks me out. All right, guys, God bless, and we'll be back on the house next week. We'll see you soon.